He left and never came back. The suitcase by the door. She was only 7 years old when she saw her father for the last time. He stood by the door, a brown suitcase in his hand. His coat was old, his eyes were tired. But he smiled at her the way fathers smile when they want to be strong. He knelt down and looked into her eyes. He touched her face gently. "I'll be back," he said. "I promise." She believed him. She always believed him. She watched him walk down the street. He turned around once and waved. She waved back. Then he disappeared around the corner. That was the last time she saw his face. Days passed, then weeks, then months. Every afternoon, she sat by the window and waited. She watched the door. She listened for footsteps. She dreamed of hearing his voice again. But he never came back. Her mother stopped talking about him. The neighbors whispered behind their hands. At school, the other children asked, "Where is your father?" She never answered. She just looked down at her shoes and stayed quiet. She grew up angry. She stopped believing in promises. She told herself, "Men leave. That's what they do. They say they'll come back, but they don't." She stopped waiting. She stopped crying. She stopped hoping. She became a woman with a wall around her heart. She didn't trust love. She didn't trust words. She only trusted herself. 20 years passed. She had her own apartment now, a small place with white walls and one window. She didn't keep many things. She didn't like memories. Memories hurt. But there was one thing she kept, a small photograph. Her father, holding her in his arms. She was a baby. He was smiling. She never looked at it, but she never threw it away. Then one day, a delivery man knocked on her door. "Package for you," he said. She signed for it. She didn't recognize the name on the box. She opened it slowly. Inside was an old brown suitcase, exactly the same one her father had carried that morning 20 years ago. Her hands started to shake. She opened the suitcase carefully. Inside, there was a letter. The paper was yellow and worn. The handwriting was shaky. She sat down on the floor and began to read. "My dear daughter," the letter said, "if you are reading this, then I am no longer with you. But please don't be angry. Don't cry. I want you to understand. I left because I was sick. Very sick. The doctors told me I didn't have much time. I didn't want you to see me weak. I didn't want you to watch me fade away. I wanted you to remember me strong. So I left. I traveled to find a cure. I went to different countries. I saw many doctors. I tried every treatment. I didn't find a cure, but I found something better. I found your letters. Every single one you wrote to me as a child. I kept them all. I read them every night. They gave me strength to keep going. I wanted to come back. Every day I wanted to come back, but I was too weak. I didn't want you to see me like that. I was ashamed. So I waited. I waited for the right moment, but the right moment never came. Now I'm writing this from a small room far away. I know I will never see you again, but I want you to know I never stopped loving you. I was never a good father. I left. I broke my promise. But I never broke my heart. You were always in it. I hope one day you can forgive me. And I hope you know, when I said I would come back, I meant it. I just didn't know how." She finished reading the letter. Tears ran down her face. For the first time in 20 years, she cried, really cried. She cried for the little girl who waited by the window. She cried for the father who suffered alone. She cried for all the lost years. Then she picked up the suitcase. She walked to the window and looked outside. The sun was setting. The sky was orange and pink and beautiful. She thought about her father. She thought about his smile. She thought about his promise. And for the first time, she understood. He didn't leave because he didn't love her. He left because he loved her too much to let her see him suffer. She closed the suitcase. She placed it by her door. She whispered to the empty room, "You left. But I'm not leaving. I'll stay. I'll remember. And I'll forgive you, Dad. I forgive you." She sat down on the floor and held the suitcase close to her heart. She didn't feel angry anymore. She didn't feel abandoned. She felt loved. Because even though he left and never came back, his love never left her. It was always there, in the letters, in the memories, in the suitcase by the door. And she knew wherever he was finally at peace. And so was she. The end. Subscribe, like, and comment below. Your support means the world to me.